Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome to another Magic Arena Explorer video. So today we are playing some Mono Red Ramp. So this is a deck which is using the Cleansing Wildfire Krenko Buzz Crusher effect. So Krenko's Buzz Crusher is a new card that says 4/4 Flying Trample for 4. When it enters the battlefield, for each player destroy up to one non-basic land that player controls. For each land destroyed this way, its controller may search their library for a basic land card, put it onto the battlefield, tapped, and then shuffle. Cleansing Wildfire says 1 and a red. For a sorcery, destroy target land, its controller may search their library for a basic land card, put it onto the battlefield, tapped, and then shuffle, draw a card. So I've played around with a kind of Ponza version of this deck, where essentially you're trying to take out all of the opponent's non-basic lands. Now that hasn't really worked out, so instead what we're doing is we're going to use it on ourselves instead, and kind of target our indestructible lands, like Cascading Cataracts or Darksteel Citadel, so these are both indestructible colourless lands. And then essentially use the ramp clause, the kind of search the library clause, which still triggers even if the land itself isn't actually destroyed, to essentially ramp us by going to fetch a basic land, so giving us some mana advantage, which then allows us to power out powerful threats like Ugin the Spirit Dragon, Chandra Torch of Defiance, which also ramps us, and Thought Not Seer and the like. So that's essentially the idea behind the deck. It's basically pseudo mono red ramp. Obviously red doesn't have a huge number of kind of strictly ramp cards, so we're kind of finding a way around it by using these effects. So yeah, let's see how that does. So the rest of the deck is mono red, but slightly different builds to the one you're perhaps used to seeing. That's kind of mono red aggro. This is more of a kind of mono red control deck in some ways. So we've got a fair amount of removal with 3 copies of Strangle, 2 Spike-Filled Hazards, which is obviously also a land, same as Shatterskull Smashing, and Nahiri's Warcrafting, which is a kind of powerful sorcery that does 5 damage to a creature, planeswalker, or battle, but then potentially allows us to use the excess damage and turn it into cards. And then we've got 4 copies of Bone Crusher Giant as well, which obviously has a removal spell attached to it. Then we've got our card generation and other spells. So we've got a couple of Maze Mind Tomes. So this is quite a versatile card that, depending on how much mana we have to sink into it, we can either use it to just filter our draws by scrying, draw by paying mana into it, but then also it helps get us to the late game by, once we've activated it 4 times, it exiles itself and you gain 4 life. But then we've got 4 copies of Fable of the Mirror Breaker, obviously, very powerful 3-drop that creates a Goblin Shaman that ramps us when it attacks, filters our draws, and then becomes the reflection of Kiki Jiki, which is quite tasty when combined with cards like Krenko's Buzz Crusher or potentially Thought Not Seer. You know, there's a lot going on there in terms of creating copies of cards which have powerful enter the battlefield effects. Then obviously Bone Crusher has a creature as well for 3 mana. Then our Planeswalkers, so we have 3 copies of Chandra Torch of Defiance, so this is the powerful 4 ability, 4 mana, 4 loyalty Planeswalker, so we can use it to draw some additional cards, add more mana, deal with a opposing creature, just very, very versatile card. Then we've got 2 copies of Koth, Fire of Resistance, so this is not a card that we've used before, I don't think, but it's a kind of Mountains Matters card, so may as well try it in this deck. So 4 loyalty, 4 mana Planeswalker, +2 search your library for a basic mountain card and put it in your hand. -3 deals damage to target creature equal to the number of mountains you control. And then -7, which is not actually impossible to get to, given it ticks up quite quickly. You get an emblem with whenever a mountain enters the battlefield under your control, this emblem deals 4 damage to any target. So it's a very good way of just burning the opponent out of the game very quickly. Krenko's Buzz Crusher, obviously part of our pseudo-ramp strategy, but also a pretty effective creature all by itself. 4/4 Flying Trample for 4 is not to be sniffed at. And Thought Not Seer, so this is our colourless payoff for running a lot of colourless lands, so 4 mana, 4/4, where we can exile a card from the opponent's hand when it enters the battlefield, but when it leaves the battlefield they draw a card. And then 2 Ugin the Spirit Dragon, obviously very, very powerful card. If this ever hits play, we generally just win the game straight away. But hopefully with this kind of deck, getting to 8 mana should not be too difficult. Then with our lands, we've obviously got a decent number of basic mountains, both for Koth and to fetch with our land destruction effects. A couple of Den of the Bugbears, a couple of Ramnat Ruins and a Soken Zan, just to add lands that produce red mana, but also have some upside as well. Then we have our 8 indestructible lands and a Field of Ruin as well. So we have a decent, we have a kind of a relatively kind of low number of lands, given that this is a ramp deck, sort of 23 sort of lands straight off the bat, but we do have a couple more, remember, hiding around here, and our ramp is pretty cheap, so that's worth bearing in mind. Then at the sideboard, we have 3 Rending Volleys. Not surprised that we're running that in a red deck. A Braid, taking out artifacts and creatures. And then we've got our various kind of utility artifacts for bringing in against various strategies. So Damping Sphere obviously shuts down those lands which produce lots of mana. The Stone Brain helps to scalpel away particular cards that the opponent may be playing. Unlicensed Hearse is obviously a powerful graveyard threat. And then we have our mass removal, so Anger of the Gods, Brotherhood's End, and Burn Down the House. So this is a good way, again, of kind of keeping the opponent's creatures under control, getting us to the late game, and Burn Down the House. We can potentially use the second mode of that to create us some creatures as well. And then our other big ramp payoff in the sideboard, very much an anti-control card. Chandra Awakened Inferno, can't be countered, 6 mana, just starts ticking up and slowly burning the opponent out of the game. So that is Mono Red Ramp. Yeah, I'm excited about this one. Should be an interesting deck, so thank you very much for watching. As ever, hit those like and subscribe buttons if you haven't already. And yeah, let's go on to the ladder. Okay, this is a pretty decent opening hand. We've got an indestructible land to target Wildfire, a couple of Fables. Yeah, it's all good. So let's have the Darksteel Citadel out. Okay, the opponent's on a vampire strategy, so let's see if they have the immediate combo. Nahiri's Warcrafting is an interesting one. So we could just take out their Ghoul here. Could take out both of their creatures or play Fable. Yeah, I quite like the idea of just taking down their stuff, so let's pass the turn. Orzhov, eh? Now we'll take the 1 and just see what they do with the rest of their turn. Just another Ghoul. Okay, well, let's kill that. Okay, that's a pretty good one, so let's get Fable online. Ramp ourselves again. Okay, we're building up to quite a powerful Shatterskull smashing here. So let's get rid of Soken Zan. Strangle's quite good as well, actually, so let's take down their Aetherborn. Use Warcrafting on their Knight of the Ebon Legion. I've Maze Mind Tome, I think, here. Play it. Okay, so this is all going pretty well at the moment. Okay, so they do have Vein Ripper. So let's scry with Tome. Don't think we want another Bone Crusher Giant, so let's... So, Shatterskull smashing for 6 would take out both of these. We could sacrifice our Shaman to do it, so I think that's fine. Yeah, we may as well, I suppose. It's just... doesn't really matter here, but... will cost us a fair amount of life, but... just hope they don't have a second Vein Ripper. And they don't. Interesting. Thought Not See is probably not much good to us now. Yeah, I quite like Krenko's Buzz Crusher just to destroy their Castle Loxwain here, so let's do that. Yeah, we can destroy that. Oh, maybe that doesn't work the way I think it does then. That's interesting. I wonder why that didn't happen. Destroy up to 1 knob for each land destroyed this way. It's controller me. Someone can probably explain to me why that didn't work. So, we are playing against... I'm curious about this now. For each land destroyed this way... Yeah, maybe it actually does... Yeah, that is written slightly differently to Cleansing Wildfire. Maybe it does actually have to be destroyed. Nah, that's fine. It's a good card anyway. The more you know. Let's put in Anger of the Gods and burn down the house. Those are good answers to Vein Rippers. Also, the Stone Brain's probably quite good here at scalping the combo. So yeah, we'll do that. Same with Thought Not Seer, although obviously it's a bit on the slow side. What else can we take out? Chandra's probably a bit weak here, just because it's a bit expensive to kill any of their bad creatures. Yeah, maybe we just remove the Planeswalker package and just focus more on the removal. Yep. Just move myself to where I'm supposed to be. Okay, I think quickly taking down the Knight of the Ebon Legion is probably sensible here. Okay, that's not happening, so... yeah, that makes sense. Now, they don't really have many good options here, just because they can grow it, but then I'll kill it, so... interesting. Yeah, let's put the Stone Brain in our hands. Play Fable of the Mirror Breaker. Okay. An interesting vampires build they've got here. Yeah, I'm not convinced by that play, I have to say. Yeah, he hit me for 4, but... let's get rid of Bone Crusher. I think we want lands here more than anything else. So let's strangle the Knight. Play the Stone Brain. Crack a land on our Goblin token here, I think. Thought Not Seer can go in the bin. We'll just wait to scry with Maze Mind Tome. Land is good. Yeah, we'll just keep doing this, I think. Hopefully this will be an on-land. Yep. Now, if that's a Vein Ripper, we can just take it out by hand. Oh yeah, that could go. It's not looking good for the opponent. I wonder, is Krenko's Buzz Crusher still good, even though it doesn't work the way we think it does? I think it still is. It's good at taking down what the opponent's trying to do.
Defeating you will not bring me pleasure.
Okay, yeah, so they got a kind of... Yeah, I think they've broadly given up there, which is fair enough. This hand's a little on the slow side. Suppose Strangle keeps us in the game long enough for these Thought Not Seers to be good. We'll give it a go. This strategy is new, so we may as well see what it can do for us. Okay, well that's not ideal news. At least we have Fable of the Mirror Breaker here, I suppose. Okay, stick Fable into play. Okay, yeah. Well, it's not looking ideal, so let's ditch Thought Not Seer here. Pop Shatter Skull Smashing into play. Strangle this chick. Strangle their Etching of Kumanu. Go down to 10. That's not horrendous. Yeah, I can live with that. Well, I suppose we may as well just play Krenko's Buzz Crusher here. And let's protect our life total a bit by destroying their Ramanap ruins before it can activate. Sure thing. Oh god, what does this do? Whenever a creature you control attacks, exile the top. Right, so it's sort of like Bomat Courier, I think. Right, let's play Cleansing Wildfire. Stick Koth into play.
The only path to victory is fighting side by... Here comes the avalanche.
Ooh, that's pretty rough. Yeah, that's not good. That Sokunzan was a good draw.
It can't end this way.
So let's take down their two creatures. Play our Bone Crusher. Discard your hand. Well, they'll get 3 cards. It's not ideal. At least that was useless to them. Yeah, interesting this one. Is it just worse than Bomat Courier? I don't know. Let me know what you think. Ugh. Okay, it's not looking great, I have to say. Just blow up Ramanap Ruins before it can become a thing. Okay. That was... Yeah, that Sokunzan was an absolute killer for us there. That's a shame. Okay, Anger of the Gods is good here. So is Unlicensed Hearse. Let's get rid of Thought Not Seer. Don't particularly relish the idea of giving them more cards. In fact, I'm actively against it. And you should be too. This will be good if we draw another land. If we don't, it'll be a disaster. So, there you are. Come on now. Don't do this to me. Okay, guess you will. So let's stick Tome into play now. And hold on to the Strangles. To stop our upkeep just in case we need it. Urabrask's Forge, eh? Okay. It's a super interesting mono-red aggro deck that our opponent's playing. I kind of like it. Yep, that'll do. Again, we have options here. Let's play Fable of the Mirror Breaker, I think. This Urabrask's Forge is going to cause us problems. Oh, Squee, you're a dubious monarch. Looks like they're going to be killing our token here. Yep. Take another land. Let's just ditch Fable number 2 here, I think. Strangle Squee. Strangle Monastery Swift Spear. And probably just die? It seems pretty likely. Wow, I'm getting absolutely wrecked. I don't love it. I mean, we're about to gain 4 life at least, so that's something. Anger of the Gods is okay. Trouble is, all this sorcery speed removal is absolutely no good against stuff that Urabrask Forge is coming out with. So, let's have Krenko... I mean, yeah, okay, let's scry with this. Get rid of that. Have Krenko's Buzz Crusher. That can blow up the Den of the Bugbear. I mean, at some point this is going to become a problem. Yeah, maybe it is just better than Bowmat Courier. Yeah. Okay, we'll scoop this one up. That was interesting. Interesting deck from our opponent. Did very well. Yep, this is okay. Well, if this is control, I think getting a Maze Mine Tome into play underneath it is probably a pretty good shout. Looks like it is. So yeah, I'm in no hurry. Let's just wait and draw cards. Not feeling particularly moved to cast any spells into their counter spells, so fine. Well, as we now have the mana, let's play one Fable. Yep. Maze Mind Tome will just replace that, so... Okay, Ugin's good if we can ever get it into play. In the meantime, let's just play another Fable. Good, good. Sure thing. Well, they're not running out of cards anytime soon. They've got 8 in hand. I'll take the map tokens here. Let's see what Chandra can do for us. Okay, that's pretty interesting.
It's my turn. Oh, today's my lucky day.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll just see if I can get a Bone Crusher into play here. Again, not absolutely necessary to the game plan.
I know what must be done. Hold that thought.
So we've got 8 mana. So what can we do with it? We could try and play Ugin, but I feel like that's just a hiding to nothing, so let's plus Chandra here.
Oh, this is gonna hurt.
Have a Thought Not Seer. Okay, so they do have 2 verdicts, so get rid of one of them. Yeah, tough choices. Well, let's Strangle Teferi just to keep him off
I'm getting too old for this.
doing much. Crack these while we have targets for it. Now we at least know that we can potentially land an Ugin safely.
Keep up the pace.
Although they now have 3 unknown cards, so... I don't know, I feel like we've got to go for it, though. It's hard not to. Let's add 2 red mana, just play around No More Lies.
Yup, you're going down.
Dagnammit. Who earns?
Hurry.
Right. Back down you go, Chandra.
Let's do this. This'll be easy.
Thought not see her down. Krenko's Buzz Crusher can take out their Hall of Storm Giants. If they'd activated it there, I wouldn't have been able to do that, but would mean they wouldn't be able to Memory Deluge, so swings and roundabouts. So again, got a lot of cards.
Let's skip to the good part.
But our Chandras are ticking away here. So they will have to do something at some point. Okay.
Yup, you're going down.
And we have Ramanap Ruins as well. So we are presenting a fair amount of damage here. The Wandering Emperor will of course help them.
I'm home.
Let your blade do the talking. Strike fast and strike hard.
You know what? I'm not.
Yeah, we're probably out of this one, but a shame. If we'd been able to land that Ugin, I think we'd have been pretty set, but they drew a lot of cards.
Watch it.
Yep. So hit them to 8.
Oh, this is gonna
That's
hurt.
fine, let's scoop this one up. So what's our anti-control tech here? Awakened Inferno, Stone Brain. That's basically it, I think. Take out Koth. One Buzz Crusher. I think that'll do. None of it's ideal, to be honest. This isn't great. Okay, well, let's get the ramp online. Yeah, Awakened Inferno's an interesting one. Well, let's give them a Thought Knot Seer to counter. Give them something to think about. Okay. Ooh, settle the wreckage, eh? Well, let's just eat their memory deluge here. Can play around everything else. Okay. Maze Mind Tome, here we come. Oh, that's very kind of you. I'll draw with this just in case we get hit a land. We did not. Okay, let's draw again. Ramp with Cleansing Wildfire. Now we have mana for Awakened Inferno in a minute. So that's pretty spicy. Yep, let's just play that now.
I know who I am, and no one is telling me what to do. Aw, looks like someone's getting a little
Start the
sweaty.
burning process. That is not terrible news. Because our Awakened Inferno has a lot of loyalty.
Wow, annoying.
Let's have another gander with... Yeah, I think just another land is fine here.
Is it just me, or is it getting a little warm in here?
I'll have a Fable of the Mirror Breaker, I think. Okay, let's have another sneaky peek in their hands. They can no more lies that to their heart's content. Still not getting any closer, really, to killing the Awakened Inferno. Chromos Seed Shark's a decent one.
Alright, let's do this thing.
Now I think there's a question here of whether I try and just land Ugin.
No pressure.
No, I'm not feeling hugely moved to do so, I don't think. That would be to blow up any lands. Even if they kill Chandra here, they are very quickly gonna run out of things to do. Okay. Well, no, let's kill this sea shark here. It's strictly better. They might have the Wandering Emperor as well, so... Yep.
I'm not overconfident. You're just underwhelming. Show them how we greet our enemies.
What? That's it?
Okay. Draw with Tome. Temptation to play Ugin overwhelming here.
Hope it's not too hot.
Let's see what happens if we try and strangle that. Come on, you know you want to. Thank you. Okay. Let's just get rid of all of this stuff.
Guess that's it then.
Yep. Good fun. Good time was had by all. Specifically me. I don't think we need to change anything. I think we will struggle to repeat that good fortune on the draw, but certainly a fun game, that one. Yeah, I can't really say no to this hand. Well, let's just get our ramp underway. Ooh, it's a fun combination of cards, that. Okay, well, let's get rid of that straight away. And declined. Your request is denied. Fable of the Mirror Breaker. Yep, that's fine. I'll just ramp again. Okay, Big Tef is a problem.
I know my responsibility. Hurry!
So let's a Bone Crusher him.
Time.
Now let's strangle him.
As soon as I think of one. I'll have a better plan next time.
Now they may well have no more lies here, so let's just ramp again. Ooh, the Stone Brain is super interesting here. If I were to scalpel anything away, what would it be? Well, not Teferi anymore.
I'm not going to sit this one out.
Tempting though that is.
You know what? I'm not.
So let's play Fable of the Mirror Breaker. Well, let's stick the Stone Brain into play. Yeah, that's fine. I'll pay the 3 here. This is going to be a close one. I'm not feeling hugely great with this Teferi online, but... Okay, let's ditch Cleansing Wildfire here. Strangle's not bad, actually. Old Buzzy Crusher here. Take down their Restless Anchorage. Now, I smell the Wandering Emperor, but I don't think I can play around it.
Enough.
Let's have another go at killing a Teferi. Yeah, well, we're going to do it, so... I would like to reliably be able to cast... well, I just want to draw Chandra, really, but... Okay, let's have Bone Crusher Giant, Krenko's Buzz Crusher, blow up their Hall of Storm Giants. Now they're looking at having to wipe the board again. That is quite risky. I don't know if I admire it or not. Well, they may be able to wipe the board here. Let's see. Yep. That'll probably end the game, but you never know, we might draw the Awakened Inferno. Well, I've got to try, I suppose. One last roll of the dice. Yeah. Ah well, never mind. No, that was a good third match, but we didn't quite get there. Yeah, we did, as much as it was annoying at the end there. Okay, that was Mono Red Ramp. Struggled a little, I have to say. It wasn't the best, but fun to play at least. So yeah, where's the deck list gone? It's here somewhere. There it is. Okay, so yeah, that was Mono Red Ramp. Let me know what you think in the comments. Thank you very much for watching. As ever, hit those like and subscribe buttons, and I will see you next time.